Giovanni will never tell the truth, and after seeing the way he lied today, and I have been gaslighted now for 9 years, I'm exhausted from being gaslighted. I can show so much evidence. I can prove and back up everything I'm saying is the truth. And it all could have been resolved in 2015 if I had a decent family. And I'll tell you what, after what I just sat through today, my family, please don't come near me. I'll talk to my dad, that's it. As for mum's side, don't come near me. Don't dare ever come near me again. You were given too many chances since 2015. Don't you dare. Don't come in my area. Don't come near me. Don't tell me that you're dead. Don't tell me that you're dying. Don't ever. I am that hurt from you. Don't you ever. And why? Because you were told. I was lied about. You were asked to help me correct the lies since 2015. You didn't. You didn't. You went on with the lies about me, and you spread it even worse. Don't come near me. Amanda, don't ever. We're done. Don't ever come near me. Don't ever come near me again. In 2009, when Giovanni was caught out having an affair, he smashed up my apartment. He upended the coffee table, the pink marble top coffee table that I had, and he smashed it. He cut his hand doing so. And the way I should have realised then, because he had to get stitches in his hand after cutting his hand on the coffee table that he broke, he smashed up my place. I've been on eggshells since 2009. I've been put under duress. I've been stressed out since 2009, put through hell. He was getting stitches in his hand, and he rang his mother and said, "Oh, I'm getting stitches in my hand. Justin and I had a fight." And I turned to Giovanni and said, "Can you tell your mother the truth? That you actually smashed my coffee table, you're picking the pieces up and cut your hand, that you had the affair, like you were cheating on me, got caught out and chucked a tantrum and smashed my place." No. That should have been when I walked away from it. To see him sit and lie today, and he knows it was a lie, he sat and he lied. He lunged at me in January this year. He lunged at me and pushed me deliberately because he was angry with what he's done. He was caught out again. Every time he's caught out, it's the same thing when he hit Brett Aikenhead. It's the same thing. It's the same thing when he doesn't tell what he did. He doesn't tell when he pushed that cabinet into me in December 2016 and hurt me. He just tells people my response to being abused. My response to being abused. And because the way my family have always betrayed me as, he will get away with it. And it is exactly because of the way my mother's family have betrayed me as. So why would I want anything to do with them when they're part of this whole gaslighting and why people have just... Hey Google, stop timer. Why Giovanni had just got away with lying. It's because of the way you've portrayed me as. I can't do this. I can't ever see my mother's side ever again. Not after the last 9 years. It was bad enough before that. I really have to watch who I ever have in my life again now. To go through what I've gone through since 2009, to go through and to be gaslighted and to be heard and to be accused of, Giovanni's good at blaming me, does exactly what my mum's side does. Oh, he's good at playing the victim. He wasn't a victim. He lied about me. And if I ever reacted because of the actions and the abuse towards me, he made me a nervous wreck. The threats I got through, everything since 2009. That's it. Every reaction of... No, that's right. Giovanni's the golden child. In 2009, Jane Harrison, a friend of his ex, Mark Gilchrist, told me that he used to walk into Mark Gilchrist's apartment and throw things around and slam doors and so forth, and sort of warned me about Gio. Should have listened. In actual fact, I should never have gone out with a guy to begin with. Never let it into my place. But then, I made a mistake and got with the wrong person. That doesn't excuse my family's behaviour towards me. I don't care anymore. Honestly, the last 9 years, I just don't care. I've had my life destroyed now, for good. There's no fix in it. There's not going to be any fix to it. It should have stopped back in 2015, December 2016 at the latest, when my family was asked several times, can you help me with a solicitor to correct these lies? Otherwise, I'm not going to have a life. I'm getting monitored, and I was monitored by fuckwits of people, groups, and organisations. And I was. I've got documents that show that. Where they actually stay on the documents. Or we've come in the Justin's area to pry, basically. The documents say we've walked around Justin's apartment building and we're doing this. We're trying to see if we could cite him. It's like, why? You were told to stop doing it. It's causing me damage. No, I can't. I honestly cannot ever. I couldn't contain myself. I ever saw my twin sister again, knowing that she just stood back while her brother was being disparaged, lied about since 2015, and she's even part of the crap as well. I just couldn't. I couldn't even look at it. I don't have any feelings towards. No, I just hope that, besides me speaking with my dad, honestly, I just hope I never run into anybody from my past ever again. I don't want to see anyone. I'll start something new, some which is what I was trying to do in America, but I just don't want. If the trouble didn't continue from Australia to the US, I would have sold that condo in Connecticut, because that's what I bought it for, and purchased that 2-bedroom. Actually, they called it 3, but it was only really a 2-bedroom plus study apartment, because I had the money to do so if my condo had sold, instead of it trying to be like Greyhound therapy bullshit. So I had it all planned out, just to only be in Connecticut for 1 year, sell the condo, get a foot in the door, then move to the city. I don't live outside the city. I don't want kids. I prefer to live in a place that's 90% men, like Atlantic City or New York City. That's actually more bachelors and more men in those areas than anywhere else. I would have owned a 2-bedroom apartment in Atlantic City, walking distance to the beach in Iowa Avenue, in a 24-hour city. Perfect. There's nothing to move on from. But everyone wanted to make this about some therapy bullshit. Well, you've made it what you wanted to make it of it. And you damaged my life, and you're going to turn around and blame me for it. Because I'm the easy person to be blamed for this when it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was me continuously telling people the information's incorrect. It's not true. Stop harassing my life. That's it. I can tell you what, I honestly, God, thank God. Thank God Amanda and I will never be close again. Honestly, I could not ever talk to my twin sister again after the last 9 years. And sitting there and watching watching Giovanni's lies today, when my own twin sister has witnessed Giovanni's behaviour towards me and never stood up. Never stood up for me. And Amanda could have stood up and said, actually, I've seen Giovanni do this to Justin. And she wonders why I'm angry with her in the last 9 years. No, she could have stood up so many times. She didn't. A lot of people could have stood up, but they didn't. So, we'll finish cooking dinner.